let's talk about section. Now, I'm going to use the same drawing I used in a previous video on how to revolve. And if you look here, I've sole profed the top view, and I still have the solid. And I'm going to make my front view a section of the solid. We talked about this in class on how we need to tell the viewer that we're sectioning the object. I drew a line through the center of my top view, and we're going to turn that into a phantom line. And if we add a line here, and we'll draw a text single line, and we'll call that point A. And some kids ask me, how do you get the arrowhead that we like to have? A fast way of doing that is if we just dimension this line randomly, explode the dimension, and then just get rid of the information we really don't need. We could use that arrowhead and kind of drop it in there. We'll move the letter half for a moment here. And there's A, so let's mirror all that information from the center point, and we just mirrored it over to the other side. So remember, when we're doing a section, we need that phantom line, right? AA. This is going to become section AA. But like I said, right now it's a solid. We could draw ourselves the section view, but we can use the section command in AutoCAD. I'm just going to change the color so we can see it better. Get into a southwesterly. So to section, I need to type in the word section in the command line. Select the object, right click. In this case, I want to create a sectioning plane, right? Section works just like slice. We want to slice through the object, but we're not actually cutting the object into two solids, right? We're not physically cutting the solid in half. We're just shooting in a plane and just pulling out information. We're pulling out a section view. So in this case, I want to section this object on the XY plane. I'm going to type in XY, enter. And as long as I pick, a plane in the center of the pulley, any one of these points on my center line, we're going to shoot a section, right? Now let me move the solid out of the way. We're moving the solid out of the way, and all we have left here is like a drawing. The solid is still one solid. We didn't slice it. Looks like we sliced it, but we just took out information. We took out a section. And if we were looking down at it, that would be the section, and I would label it section AA. A very simple way of pulling out a section. Now, we can also section, let me type it in, using the 3 points. Select the object. 3 points is in the command line. If we want a section using 3 points, we can press enter. Take the default. And it's the same concept. We need to pick like 3 points that would make up that plane in space, right? Picking 3 points that would make up that plane in space. And if I were to move the solid out of the way, we've got that same section view. So if we are parallel and perpendicular to the UCS icon, we can section using the axes of the UCS icon. If we were rotated in space somewhere, we weren't parallel or perpendicular to the UCS, we could still section using 3 points. If I look down at this object, I still need to do some hatching. I still need to put in some object lines, and we've discussed that. There's another video on how to hatch. But don't forget the phantom line AA, and this would become section. We would type in text, right? Section AA. And we could hatch this up, section view, using the section command.